Hello today and welcome back. Glad you've tuned in, and today I'm here with a very heartwarming story as Prince Harry and Nikki Scott talked about children, bereavement, and the military. So this is from Prince Harry, who is Scotty's global ambassador, who sat down with the charity's founder, Nikki Scott. So Scotty's Little Soldiers has released a new video on June the 26th of Prince Harry's sit-down with Nikki Scott, the charity's founder, ahead of Armed Forces Day in the UK. The event is commemorated annually in the UK on the last Saturday in June as an opportunity to support the military community, from active personnel to veterans, cadets, and service families. Scotty's Little Soldiers unveiled the emotional conversation between Harry and Scott about the moment she told her son that her husband, Corporal Lee Scott, was killed in Afghanistan, to highlight the needs of bereaved military children. Sitting across from the Duke of Sussex for "From Grief to Growth" in quotes, Scott recalled the day in July 2009 when she learned of her husband's passing. At the time, their son Kai was 5 and their daughter Brooke was 7 months old. She said, quote, "It was the worst. How do you tell a 5-year-old this? Because I literally just shattered his world. He knew that life was never going to be the same," end quote. She recounted this to Prince Harry while wiping a tear. As we all know, Harry has been very open about his own journey with bereavement, as Princess Diana passed away when he was 12, and he has supported Scotty's Little Soldiers after connecting with its founder at an event in Buckingham Palace in 2017. Scotty established the charity after her husband died to help children who have experienced the death of a parent who served in the British Armed Forces, and the organization now supports over 680 young people through various programs and a community network. So we have a couple of clips here, and let's take a listen.
It's so easy as a kid to think or convince yourself. The reason is, I wouldn't know. Like I was 12.
Yeah.
For you, for an adult, but it seems to be the same, which is you convince yourself that the person that you've lost wants you to, or you need to be sad for as long as possible to prove to them that they're missed.
Yeah.
But then then there's this realization of, no, they really want, they must want me to be happy.
Yeah, exactly that.
And what you've done now is not only have you transitioned to that with still the memories and every single day, I guess, you wake up and think about him.
Yeah, 100%.
But then the smiles that you put on all these kids' faces, that's the medicine.
Yeah, that is definitely
it's
my
the antidote
medicine.
to the loss.
Yeah. And it's about teaching the children, young people, to celebrate their parents' life.
That's the hardest thing, especially for kids, I think.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't want to talk about it because it's going to make me sad.
Yeah.
But equally, you don't want to be in a position, no one wants to be in a position to be forced to have to talk about the very thing they don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
Especially when every defense mechanism in your mind, your nervous system and everything else is saying, do not go there.
Yeah. It's so interesting how Kai and Brooke had the same experience, same mum, same way I'm bringing them up, but actually they are completely different in their grieving process and how they've handled it.
Isn't that so emotional? I love the fact that Nikki Scott and the Duke of Sussex are here openly sharing their own feelings about the loss that they have gone through, and of course the impact that they continue to have on the children who are part of Scotty's Little Soldiers, and truly advocating for these children and spurring them on to discuss their mental health and to open up. I think that is just so important.
Talk us through how that all came about, because you could have been stuck in your grief.
Yeah.
Who knows what the relationship between you and your kids would have been like.
Yeah.
It seems like it's amazing.
Yeah.
So full credit to you as a mum and to them as kids.
Yeah, they're amazing. I think for me back then, I had to keep busy.
Distractions.
Oh yeah, I could not stop. And my mum kept saying to me, you need to grieve. It's like,
slow down.
All the time. And I was just always on the go. And then my cousin said to me, this was about 9 months after, she said, I really want you to come on holiday with us. It's just, I was like, I shouldn't be going on holiday. What will people think of me if I go on holiday? Like I'm meant to be, the grieving widow.
I'm meant to be sad. I'm meant to be like...
honestly, the best thing I could have ever done, because I literally saw Kai in the swimming pool with his cousins. He just relaxed. He was laughing, and Brooke was playing, and it was that moment where why has no one even reached out to me about my children yet? Like, what support is Kai going to need, and Brooke as she grows, to get through it? And just start. And then I went back and I was a bit of a woman on a mission of like...
Was it created out of grief or out of hope?
I don't know. I was definitely still grieving when all that was going on.
So when you started it was probably a convenient distraction?
Yeah,
but now?
100%. And now it's my life. Like, it literally is my life. Seeing the young people, that is the best. Like, and hearing the stories from the team when they've worked with a child or a family that are just at the beginning of the journey or have hit a moment when they've just in absolute darkness, and then hearing how they can turn their lives around because Scotty has supported them is just phenomenal.
So Harry said this to Scott, quote, "What you've done is incredible. It's truly inspirational. I know that word gets thrown around a lot, but it is. And to see the difference in some of the kids here, especially some of the kids I met previously in 2017, they're different people," end quote, Prince Harry told her. And he also went on to say, quote, "You can see that they're still processing their grief, but this community of support is everything. It's amazing," end quote. So Scott also talked about her husband, saying, quote, "He would have wanted that. I know that for a fact," end quote. Prince Harry, an ambassador for the charity who was helped at its children's events, even dressing up as Father Christmas, then described how difficult talking about feelings of loss can be, saying, quote, "That's the hardest thing, especially for kids, which is, I don't want to talk about it because it will make me sad," end quote. And he also added, quote, "But once realizing that if I do talk about it and I'm celebrating their life, then actually things become easier as opposed to this, I'm just not going to talk about it, and that it's the best form of coping when in fact it's not," end quote, said the prince. He also went on to add this, quote, "If you suppress this for too long, you can't suppress it forever. And it's not sustainable. It will eat away at you inside," end quote. And it's quite interesting. I did mention this in the video that I posted yesterday. Harry had been open about the fact that he even turned to excessive drinking and substance abuse to help deal with the pain. And as he said, to numb the pain that he was going through. And, he also added here in this video, he said this, quote, "Especially when every defense mechanism in your mind and nervous system and everything else is saying, do not go there," end quote. So he also offered his thanks to Mrs. Scott's efforts in supporting other families in such difficult moments, with the charity aiming to help 1,000 young people each year. At the end of the conversation, she said this, quote, "I feel the need to give you a hug," end quote, to which the prince replied, "Let's do it," end quotes. So we have a couple of clips here. Of course, I don't want to play the whole video. I would like you to go over to Scotty's Little Soldiers channel here on YouTube and give your support in watching the whole conversation. And also there will be links in the pinned comment for you to donate to this organization. For in fact, they have done so much to improve the lives of young people, who are grieving the loss of a parent. And, it's to see Harry and her sitting down and talking about this from a very experiential point of view. It truly does go a long way in showing these young children that there are people who have gone through this and are also willing to help them as they are in that very difficult period in their lives. And Harry talked about how it was, so important to them to help put smiles on those kids' faces. And he said, quote, "That's the medicine, that's the antidote to the loss," end quote. And Scott said it's teaching young people to celebrate their parents' lives, in quotes. So we know Harry earlier this year, in his most recent visit to England in May, when he marked the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games, he also made a surprise appearance at Scotty's Little Soldiers event in his role as global ambassador during the trip before he and Meghan traveled to Nigeria. And, Harry, before he was also dressed up as Spider-Man, sent a message, as I said before, as Santa Claus, among many other endeavors for Scotty's Little Soldiers. And Scott spoke about Prince Harry's impact on this organization and its mission. And she said this, quote, "It's such a positive thing for us, the fact that Harry was bereaved as a child and served in the military. The young people we support really resonate with him," end quote. And I think that's just the crux of it, knowing that there are people who are there who care about them, who are willing to reach out to them, go above and beyond for them. So I would kindly implore you, if you see the link in the pinned comment, go over there and just give. No matter how much or how little, it all makes a difference. So thank you all for watching, and share your thoughts on this news in the comment section below. Wonderful to see them there opening up about such a complex conversation. So before we log off, allow me here to thank those of you who support this channel financially and shout out a couple of you here by name. A very special thank you to you. Ray Raquel, thank you for your kindness and your faithful giving. for the tremendous support you've shown throughout the years and for being such a faithful and consistent blessing to all of us. I appreciate and love you. Thank you. A very special thank you as well to you, Ruth C. Thank you for your invaluable love, faithful giving. You are valued and appreciated for every way that you engage on this channel. Thank you for the love. I love you. And now a very special thank you to those of you who gave through Super Thanks. Thank you to you, Alma Andrews. Kindly accept my sincere thanks and appreciation for you and all the ways that you've chosen to support. Thank you for your insightful comments and for every way that you have gone above and beyond to show your love. You are seen and you are such a blessing to all of us. I love you. Thank you. And a very special thank you to you, Nutty Doctor, who once again has been such a long time faithful giver and supporter of my work here on YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate you for the support you've shown that has been, as I said before, so consistent. Thank you for choosing to accompany me here on this YouTube journey. May God bless you and yours. Thank you. Thank you. We love you. Once again, thank you to all who support this channel financially. If you liked this one, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, click subscribe. It truly does help out the channel. And follow on Twitter or X. I'd love to see you on there as well. Thank you for all the love. Let's keep each other in prayer. And once again, visit the links below and support Scotty's Little Soldiers. Have a great day and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.